Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on into the Fantasy Alarm Show. Andrew Cooper, Howard Bender here, and guess what, folks? We got a live one. We got the rare trifecta coming up tonight. Every once in a while, we get a Thursday night game that is actually between two teams that can score points for fantasy football. We got it. We got a game here that has real life implications. These teams are battling for playoff spots. The Lions, the Cowboys, and the final piece of the puzzle, over under, set at 54. 54. You ready to be disappointed?
And a half.
Don't forget the hook. 54.
Don't forget the hook.
Howard, you ready to get let down? Are you ready?
It's kind of funny. I don't necessarily know how much we get let down.
I think it could be good. I think it could be good.
I think it is going to be good. I think it is going to be a good game. There's definitely going to be an air of desperation about it because whoever loses this game is likely going home and like no shot at the playoffs. And
True.
I'll tell you, man, I think would it not be the craziest thing in the world to have the Detroit Lions, after everything that we've seen from them over the last couple of seasons, to suddenly like not be in the playoff hunt? Like they won't be mathematically eliminated, but if you look at the records all around the NFL, right. I mean, just the NFC, I mean, you're looking at a very, very tough situation of trying to come back into this if you don't have a strong winning record.
Why are there so many 9-win teams over there? AFC, a bunch of bums, dude. Like the NFC is loaded. I was looking at every team in the NFC West, or 3 out of 4 teams has 9 wins. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's dangerous over there. It really is dangerous. And these teams, there is a little bit of bad blood going back. I'm sure you remember that playoff game where there was the Lions were in it, and there was like a phantom pass interference call against the Lions to keep the Cowboys in it. Here's the thing: a lot of casual fans probably don't remember that stuff, but these teams remember that stuff. Teams will like hate one because you don't make the playoffs that often, so fans will hate that one team because of that one thing that happened, right? Saints versus Vikings because of that Stephon Diggs touchdown, like right. Those little things, dude. They come back to your memory when these games come around. So. Could get chippy. Yeah, people don't forget.
People don't forget. Remember that time in the 7th grade when you pissed your pants?
Man, people don't forget, dude. So it's true. People do not forget. So we got a big one tonight. We're going to do what we always do. We're going to make sure your fantasy football lineups are squared away first and foremost. We will give you some of our favorite underdog picks for tonight so you can get squared away there, make a little moolah, use up your boosts, and make sure you're good to go, man. So is there any big news or notes regarding the game we got to hit on before we jump in? I've been looking for Amon-Ra St. Brown information. He just keeps saying, I want to play, with no signs he's actually going to play.
Yeah, that's definitely that's a problem for sure. Right. I mean, that is definitely like where are we at with that? Because I was sitting there, like I recorded a DFS vignette for Sirius XM and kind of looking at it, because I think you get to that point where it's like, if Amon-Ra plays, A, how effective is he going to be? B, how much does that take away from Jameson Williams? Does that also take away from Isaac Tesla, who has a great opportunity with, if Amon-Ra is out, because there's also no Khalif Raymond, and you don't have Sam Laporta here as well, and you don't have Brock Wright.
Right.
So, Ross Dwelley, not somebody I'm really interested in as far as a tight end goes.
Whoa. What's with the Anthony Firkser slander here, dude?
I didn't say any. There was no Anthony Firkser slander.
The non-mentioning of his name is slander in itself.
In itself, okay.
But yeah, no, he's nothing. What about Tom Kennedy? You worry about Tom Kennedy? I mean, he could play a little slot action, maybe a little showdown.
It's
showdown play.
Like, this is a game where I think if you're gonna like play a DFS showdown lineup, you're gonna have to get weird on the Dallas side, because Jahmyr Gibbs, if Amon-Ra plays, Jameson Williams, Isaac Tesla, that's where the ball's going. The ball's not going anywhere else.
Right.
And it really, you'd be very hard pressed to see. Unless you got like that rando Tom Kennedy touchdown that but I'm not looking at that. And I'm not looking at David Montgomery. On the Dallas side of things here, you could get a little weird if you throw Javante in there because you think maybe they are going to try and run the football here, whether they're going to be successful or not. But then you've got Pickens and you've got Lamb. You can look to Ryan Flournoy. You can look to Jake Ferguson. You can look to even Cavante Turpin. Like, that's how you're going to be able to deviate from the rest of the pack because, we talk consolidated targets for fantasy all the time. And in this situation here, this game, the targets are consolidated. Targets and touches are very, very consolidated here.
Yeah, you got to find your ringer. I'm not opposed to it being a lion too. Like, I'm not opposed to sneaking a lion there and seeing what's going on. But for the most part, you're going to be looking to that sneaky cowboy. So I feel you. We're going to break the whole thing down tonight. If you're around, SiriusXM, channel 87, 6 to 8 p.m. We do a full hour on breaking down the game itself. So here today, what we mostly focus on, this is the show where we interact with people. On the show tonight, we will take a couple calls most likely, but today we're trying to hit all your questions. Do us a favor, a little favorino, if you don't mind, a little favory doodly. Please tell us if it's PPR or half PPR or standard. Please put full names in there. Please do not use some nickname that only you and a couple of your buddies use in a group chat for a player. If a guy's name is Johnson or Smith or Williams, give us what we need. Okay. If his name is Saquon, then we'll figure that one out. But if if his name is Seal or Prince, then we can figure those ones out. But if it's a name like Juwan Johnson or Tez Johnson or Cameron Johnson or any of the Johnsons, you got to give us a little more info. So that's what we need, folks. You want to jump in and see what the people want, Bender?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're gonna have to start off again, folks. If you're watching us here on the YouTube channel, we appreciate you hitting that like and subscribe button. Join the family, get alerted to all the shows that we're doing. You also have the opportunity to become a member here on the Fantasy Alarm YouTube page. I see you, Victor Ornelas. I see you. You became a member there. Look at you.
He's been a Fantasy Alarm member for a long time, so I'm glad jumping in on the YouTube, taking the express lane, right?
Right, absolutely. So there's a join button. You got to come over to the YouTube page to find it. And what happens is that's $4.99 a month, and then your questions get bumped, boom, right to the top of the queue. So I see that we've got a bunch of those in there right now already. Do you want to hit those questions first here?
I got them all starred, Bender. Why don't you jump in and start asking them, and we'll hit them.
All right. Well, then here we go. Let's get to it. I mean, I guess because Victor has jumped in here, his first question, which is not technically starred, gets to be asked here. 1 point PPR, starting Cook and Henry at running back. Who should I use for a flex? Breece Hall, Drake London, Romadudze.
Ooh. I don't trust Odunze at this stage. I'm probably just going to use Breece Hall because I'm a little nervous with London coming back here, first time back, and also with Kirk Cousins. So he's got pretty limited experience this year with Cousins. So I like Breece Hall. I think he's been playing pretty decent. He's getting a huge volume of work at least all of a sudden. I think whether they want someone else to pay him big money and they're trying to boost that compensation pick, or whether they plan to pay him themselves and they want him to feel like he's the star of the show, they're giving him a lot of work lately. So I'm going with Breece Hall.
Soft matchup here against Miami as well. We'll talk about this game a little later when I chime in about some DFS and favorite things to watch. Jim Romany's in here. Happy Thursday, fam. Happy Thursday to you, Jim. Appreciate you being here. Roddy Rod's in there. If London were to play, would you start London or Pittman?
I like Pittman here. I mean, here's the thing. We were shying away from Pittman for the last 2 weeks because of the matchups were bad. And in one of those games, he bailed you out with a touchdown. But for the rest of the way, the matchups are pretty good for him. So, again, I'm probably just going to go Pittman against the Jaguars and see what London looks like in this game if he were to even go.
All right. Victor wants to know Goff or Burrow.
This is a tough one. And so I want to get your opinion on this one because Johnny and I talked about this earlier this week, and I like Goff tonight, but he is a little worried about the no Amon-Ra, and he's skewing Burrow. I mean, I have these guys 5 and 6 in my ranking.
I've got Burrow here with a slight edge, even if T. Higgins is out. That game there is going to be. I mean, Cincinnati Buffalo is going to be. Again,
Another
right,
shootout.
53
Yeah.
game total there. A lot of back and forth. We'll have to obviously check the weather, but I think that I think Joe Burrow and company would love to spoil things for the Buffalo Bills. So,
Yep. I think once Amon-Ra's officially ruled out, I'm going to adjust the rankings and put Burrow ahead of Goff because I
okay.
think that seems to be the consensus for the family.
Here we go with Roddy Rods, Pat Bryant, Drake London, Romeo Dubs, Mechie, Parker Washington need 3.
Yeah, I don't think Parker Washington's going to go, man. Hip injury where he didn't practice yesterday. So you got to, in my opinion, he's just off the table. So I'm going London of that crew for sure. And then it probably should be Dubs and Mechie. Pat Bryant is the number one stash. Well, Jaden Higgins and Pat Bryant are the top stashes for me. Higgins is playable. Bryant, we only have the 1 game sample size of him playing ahead of Troy Franklin. Sean Payton, you know him, could just be game script, like you said. So I like having Pat Bryant available on the bench. And then, of course, if London and Washington are out, then it's Bryant, Mechie, and Dubs. My question, Bender, let's say Parker Washington miraculously gets a full practice in today and tomorrow. Do you go with him over Dubs or Mechie?
No, probably not.
Right, because Jacoby Myers is back, and it's like Myers was going to take over that role anyway.
Yeah, and I just, again, I don't trust Trevor Lawrence. I don't trust Trevor Lawrence. So, all right, next one here, Pitts or Darren Waller. I know which side I'm leaning on here.
Yeah, again, for me, if London's out, I'm going to go with Pitts. If London plays, I'm going with Waller.
What if Julian Love is back and London is out?
Then I'm still going to go Pitts. Because Waller, the thing with Waller is we don't know exactly where he's going to be in his usage. Whereas Pitts has been playing every snap. He's getting 5 targets in pretty much all of these games. He's had a couple games where he didn't catch them. But if you go back and watch a couple of these targets, one of them was kind of a tough drop. The other one was a throw that was like just short of him in the end zone. Like Pitts could easily add some big games here. So London's going to make the call for me on those 2 players.
Okay. We're on opposite sides of this one here. I'm going to go with Waller. I think that you've got a very tough time here with targets for Tua. And who's he going to throw to? He's got Achane and he's got Jalen Waddle. And Waller still played a near 50% snap share. I think they bump him up in his snap share after now it's, the layover is gone. And I think the Jets suck against the tight end. They definitely are struggling. So we're on opposite sides of this one here, Rod. Maybe go into the Discord and ask
2 guys that have upside. So they're still both kind of in the same tier for me either way. So I think you did a good job putting those guys together. And yeah, like Howard said, check the Discord for a third opinion.
Victor says Stafford or Burrow.
Let me just double check where I have these guys because I know I have Stafford high.
I have Stafford higher.
Yeah, I have Stafford at 4, higher. Burrow at 5.
Yeah,
Burrow is going to be at 5 now, and Goff's going to be at 6. That's where we're going to end up. So I go Stafford.
Yeah,
he's been great.
Stafford here for me as well. Another half-point PPR league for Roddy Rods. If London can't go, Adonai Mitchell, Hollywood Brown, Christian Kirk, Mechie, or Burden. I know which side I'm on here. I'd probably go with Adonai Mitchell.
Just go upside.
And hate myself in the morning.
But again, you got to give him. In my opinion, you got to give him the benefit of the doubt here because the first game was with Justin Fields. Then he played his first game with Tyrod, and they couldn't really connect. Then in the second game, they connected in a big way for 8 catches, 12 targets. So yeah, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that it'll be somewhere in between 2 for 6 and 8 for 12. Right, somewhere in between that is I think where he actually lives, which is probably better than you're getting from like Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk has been just a guy.
Swift or ETN?
Yeah, that's still for me right now. It's got to be ETN for the ceiling side of things.
Yep.
Right, because Swift is losing a lot of touches to Monangai. Swift has still been good, and I think he should be fine. But he also doesn't have a great matchup with the Packers. Right, like I'll take half of the work when it's a good matchup, but half of the work when it's a bad matchup is not as appealing. ETN at least is getting a better chunk of that work.
All right. Are you metal too? Says, do you guys like Jake Ferguson or Mark Andrews rest of season? Red Coop's yin yang rankings for matchups, they're pretty even.
Yeah, I mean, this sounds like a question where because here's the thing is like Andrews on your waiver wire, and like you're gonna drop Ferguson for Andrews. At this stage, I'm not sure I would do that because Andrews still isn't running a full route participation. What are your thoughts on that extension, Bender? Yeah, yesterday, Mark Andrews 3-year extension with.
I thought it was a little odd.
Odd.
I think it was that's more of a that's to me that's one of those contracts where you're just like, thank you very much for your service. It's been fantastic, and here you go. We're showing our everybody on our in our organization that we take care of our people.
Yeah, which hey goes a long way. There's a lot of organizations that they have no loyalty because you see the opposite. People don't want to play for some of these teams like the Bengals and the Cardinals because they routinely get crushed in all these what are the blind surveys by the players. So yeah, I mean it makes sense. I mean it's just anyone with Isaiah Likely. I kind of warned you. This guy's not particularly fast, and now he's he's a free agent next year. I'm going Jake Ferguson here, especially because this week I'm starting Ferguson. The Lions run the most man-to-man of any team in the league, and Ferguson leads the all tight ends in receptions versus man-to-man, and that's what makes him good in the red area. And if you remember, Mark Andrews against this Lions team, because of all the man-to-man they play, he scored 2 touchdowns in that game. Like I think Ferguson, anytime touchdown is a pretty good bet tonight. So I'm going Ferg, and I usually don't like Ferg.
Victor wants to know, I can't believe you consider it, but bench Jefferson for Nico or Sutton? Yeah.
Yeah, for Nico, for sure.
For Nico, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That is a no-brainer for me. And I think we got one more membership question here. Jim Romany wants to know Daniel Jones or Jacoby Brissett. Not a great matchup for Brissett against the Rams. However, the dude's still going to throw 40 times in this game, right?
Yeah. And the problem that I run into with Daniel Jones is that the theory proved to be true. Like, guy's got a broken leg of some kind, and he ran the ball one time. One time for 1 yard last week?
Yeah.
So you're not even getting the benefit of like if they're at the goal line, he'll do a QB sneak. I think that's all done now. So it's just Daniel Jones is now like not Matt Stafford, more like Jared Goff, where like he's going to hand it to the running back, and if that doesn't work, he'll have to throw, but you get no rushing from him. So that's where I'm ranking Jones, like closer to where I typically have Goff.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Those are our membership questions. Let me just scroll back all the way up to the top here and drop in Kevin Dole's question here. 1 point people needs one. Tesla, Trey Tucker, Chris Rodriguez, or Dalton Kincaid. Well, I mean, I think we're both of the mindset that if Dalton Kincaid plays, like, how do you not play him against Cincinnati?
Right. Exactly. So I'm probably not going to start Tesla tonight because I also don't mind starting Chris Rodriguez if it comes down to it.
Exactly.
Yeah. The matchup for Trey Tucker is bad, I believe.
Yeah, against Denver, I'm not really interested in Trey Tucker, but yeah, Chris Rodriguez, in this matchup, he's getting the work, right? I mean, I don't love the Washington ground game, and Minnesota can be tough sometimes, but I think it's definitely worth, because again, what if Amon-Ra plays and he pulls away some targets here from Tesla or anything like that? At least that Rodriguez is going to get the work, but the primary goal here is to get Kincaid into your lineup if he's playing.
Yes. And the thing with Tesla that we have to keep in the back of our minds, we don't know for sure that he's going to pick up the slot work. When Amon-Ra left last week, Tom Kennedy played a ton of the slot, and they basically just kept J-Mo and Tesla on the outside. We're hoping that they've ramped Tesla up to the point where he just gets Amon-Ra's role. That's on the table, but we don't know for sure. So it's kind of like you're still a little uncertainty there. I would go Rodriguez. And if you need him next week, Rodriguez, good matchup with the Giants too. Sometimes we underrate the guy that gets all the goal line carries, and that's been Rodriguez.
Happy Thursday, Fantasy Alarm family. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you too.
Happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday,
Whatever.
everybody.
Happy birthday to you whenever your birthday is.
I will say, if you guys do call up the Fantasy Alarm Show here on Sirius XM Fantasy Sports Radio tonight, right? 888-963-2682. Wish Shan Blunt a happy anniversary. It's her anniversary.
The anniversary day. Very
go.
nice. Yeah, wait, 1 in 365 chance you just nailed that birthday guess, though. So let us know if it's your birthday in the chat. That goes for everybody. That goes for everybody. Let us know if it's your birthday.
Full point PPR, Chris Godwin, Terry McLaurin, Christian Watson, Michael Wilson, Michael Pittman, pick 2. That's an embarrassment of riches.
I know. Well, and the thing is, though, it's not even just that. You can't even be like, oh, what is this 8-team league? Because a lot of those guys, Christian Watson was a waiver wire play. Michael Wilson was a waiver wire play. Yeah, that's just good, smart football. McLaurin might have fallen to the wire. I think you got to go McLaurin as one of them, just because he looked very good. Should have had the game winner, but it wasn't for some stupid penalty there. And then if Marvin, Michael Wilson has a tough matchup here. Do you go Wilson if Marv is out, even with the matchup against that's the
$1 million question right there.
Yeah.
I think I would probably go. You're gonna think I'm crazy here, but I think I would go McLaurin and Watson.
No, I'm not crazy. That's not crazy at all. Dude,
I think Watson, that's the way I would
Watson
go.
Ranked high. I have Watson ranked 19.
Okay.
So if we go just off my rankings as they stand, which I got to update it for Marv, I have Watson at 19. I have Pittman at 20. And then I have Michael Wilson at 23. Michael Wilson's going to move up to where Marv is if he's out. But here's my rankings, actually, now that I look at it. Watson, 19. Pittman, 20. I had Marv at 21, McLaurin 22, Wilson 23. So couldn't have found a harder start sit question for me, but Watson is the top one. Good matchup here with the Bears, and he's got the biggest upside.
Yeah. So Watson and McLaurin is where we're going to go. Ann says, happy Friday, family. But it's Thursday, Ann. So now instead of being wildly late for the live stream, you are insanely early for tomorrow's.
She was in here 6 minutes before it started, too. So early even for this show. So, Ann?
And you got to lay off the liquor this early in the morning, please. Come on now.
Hey, Ann, who won the game? Who won, the Lions or Cowboys?
Actually, yeah. Ann, can you tell us who we should be starting sitting here? What was the winning lineup for DFS, right? Ann from the future is here.
Yeah, get us that Biff Almanac.
At grade 38 says drop 2. Drop David Montgomery, Zach Charbonnet, Emeka Egbuka, and Michael Pittman. I mean, if I'm dropping 2,
it's the time of year for that. It really is, where that stuff starts happening. And if we're just gonna if you're gonna not consider roster composition at all, right? Then the worst 2 players, in my opinion, are the 2 running backs.
Yeah.
But if you which are trying to create some sort of balanced build, then it would probably be drop Sharbs and drop I guess Egbuka, right? He hasn't been really producing, and they say Mike Evans is going to be back. Godwin looked good. Drop the 2 running backs, Gray.
Drop the 2 running backs. I agree. Going to slide all the way down to the bottom here and welcome in member Raider Dave. Always great to see you, Dave. Appreciate you being
Dave.
And also Carson Steel Panther. 60% of the time, he wins every time. He needs 2 wide receivers in a flex. Egbuka, Ladd, Pittman, Harvey, and BTJ. Let's do the easy ones here. Harvey is your flex.
Yes.
Ladd McConkey is one of your wide receivers.
And the other easy one is BTJ is out of your lineup. So it's Egbuka or Pittman, which is difficult because Egbuka has a good matchup. And Baker, he looked fine. I think I would go Egbuka. Just because it's still highly consolidated.
Yeah. Egbuka, Ladd, Harvey. That's the way you do it. All right. Back up to the top here. I love this, man. I love this. You know what? Membership does have its privileges, people.
It really does.
Got to take advantage if you want those questions answered immediately. Half point PPR, Pittman, Sutton, Godwin, Jaden Higgins. Sutton for sure against the Raiders.
Yeah, and it's Pittman too. Godwin, I want to move him up because he looks good, but he still only ran 23 routes. Igbuka ran 24. Tez ran 19. So Igbuka's ahead of Tez. That's the first step. The second step is for him to be a full-time player. Not there yet. So Pittman, Sutton.
Pittman, Sutton, it is. Victor, tons of questions here today. He's got Daniel Jones, but should he pick up Nix or Love to start this week with the injury concern? Listen, I would actually use Bo Nix here against the Raiders.
Oh,
you prefer Jordan Love against the Bears?
It's such a good matchup, but
it is such a good matchup.
They're both good. They're both QB1 range for me. I do have Love once 2 spots ahead. What did Nix do last week? Great game.
Yeah, good game. Good game. He played the Raiders, I think it was right before the bye week. Not a great game, only 150 some odd yards.
Yeah, last 2 weeks, 295 passing yards, 321. Go Nix. Go Nix.
Go Nix? No, Bo Nix.
Yeah, the Packers want to run the ball.
Yes, they do.
They do.
They really do. All right, back up to the top here. And from the future says Loveland or Waller, Pitts or Schultz, Gadsden or Otten.
all type of tight end questions going on here. So I like Waller over Loveland. Loveland is just he's not a full-time player. I have Pitts ahead of Schultz. I don't think that's going to change even if
London plays.
Even if London plays, because Schultz is kind of losing work to Jaden Higgins in terms of targets. Gadsden versus Otten is very interesting because Gadsden has a terrible matchup, but Otten has not done anything since Godwin got back. I might just go upside with Gadsden.
So Waller, Pitts, Gadsden, and then Hawk, Gadsden, or Engram.
Man,
I think I kind of lean into the Engram thing and hope that last week wasn't a fluke.
Yeah, the Raiders are just they're quietly they're good against tight ends. I'll go Engram though. In any sort of, if it's full PPR, definitely Engram.
All right. Gray 38 again. Here's Standard League. Drop 2 this week. Pierce, Kincaid, Mooney. Are you dropping these guys from your roster here? Is this
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the case, then if I'm dropping anybody here, I'm dropping Mooney.
Yes.
And I'm probably going to drop I might have to drop Pierce.
Either Pierce, yeah. It's Mooney, Pierce, or Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Because you got to start Kincaid if he's healthy. And you're not going to start Travis Etienne unless that's Trevor Etienne from the Panthers, then drop him. But I don't think he would give us that easy of a question.
I don't think he would.
I don't think it'd be that easy, but if it's that easy, then do that.
All right. What's up, Jerry Nelson? How are you, buddy? Ann says she needs a running back, a wide receiver, and a flex. Neil, Chris Rodriguez, Bam, Michael Wilson, Adonai Mitchell, and Gadsden. No tight end premium. All right. Well, what the answer did we give you before Friday, Ann?
Yeah.
All right. You know what? Chris Rodriguez, Michael Wilson, Adonai Mitchell.
Yeah. Yep. I'm with you on that.
I'm going. We already said Stafford over Burrow.
Stafford. Yep.
And Jerry. Goff or Burrow. We went Burrow. Oh, this is Victor's question. We already answered.
Yeah, we did that one already.
We already did that one. And says she needs 2 in tight end premium. Trey Tucker, Troy Franklin, Pat Bryant, Mechie, or Otten.
Not Otten.
Naughton?
It's Naughton. Cal Naughton Jr. Well, actually, it might be. And I think you still got to rank Troy Franklin over Pat Bryant, just given the larger body of work. So I'm going to start Troy Franklin there.
And I'm going to start Mechie.
I'm going to start Mechie too. Yep.
Lamar Brissett.
We're split on this one because Howard has a shorter list of players he would start over Lamar than I do. I already know this, that I would go Brissett and Howard would still go Lamar. So you're going to need another opinion on that. So we both are willing to rank Lamar in the QB1 range, but for me, I just have a long I'm willing to go with Brissett based on his recent history, whereas Howard is willing to hope that Lamar looks better. Did I not sum it up based on everything we talked about this week?
Summed it up beautifully there.
Yeah. So you're gonna need another opinion on that. We're split.
Hit up John and Pemba in the Fantasy Alarm Discord.
We both agree it's Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts, Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes over Lamar.
Uh-huh.
Would you go Goff, and then you drew the line at Goff, or would you go Goff?
No, I mean I probably drew the line at Goff. I might consider Baker Mayfield just because it's the Saints.
Right. So which still puts Lamar at like 8 or 9 for you.
Yeah.
And then for me, I just have Jacoby Brissett and Jordan Love ahead.
Well, who do you have higher, Love or Brissett?
I have Brissett at 9 and Love at 10.
There you go. And it's Brissett, and I agree with Coop.
Wow,
first week of the playoffs, PPR Vampire League, which I've done well in, comes down to JJ or Javonte tonight. I mean, I got to go JJ here. Not JJ, Javonte.
Javonte, yeah. Overall, the JJs, JJ McCarthy, Justin Jefferson, Juwan Johnson, whichever JJ, Juwan Jennings. We're going to go Javonte Williams.
We are going to go Javonte Williams. Absolutely. All right. Got another, slide all the way down here. Are you metal? Says PPR, should I drop Parker Washington for either Pat Bryant, Christian Kirk, or Keon Coleman?
I wouldn't for Kirk or Coleman, but I would for Pat Bryant. I think that with BTJ back, and they do like Brenton Strange too. I want to give Pat Bryant a look. You might end up if Pat Bryant doesn't play more snaps than Troy Franklin this week, then we're going to drop him next week for somebody else. But I want to give him one look here to see if he's kind of taken over because he looked really good last week.
All right. Alec Pierce or Khalil Shakir?
Ooh, in half PPR.
Half point PPR.
I think in half PPR, it's got to be Pierce against the Jaguars. They've been pretty good against the run and bad against the pass. Bad against the pass.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've got Cincinnati. They've been bad against both.
In full PPR, I would go Shakir. Shakir is the player that has the biggest difference in rankings from my full to half PPR rankings.
There we go. Is Garrett Wilson a hold or drop for Vele or Adonai Mitchell? I'm already in the playoffs, just playing for seeding and a possible bye. So I reached out to some insiders for the Jets, and nobody seems to know. Yeah. Nobody knows. And that's kind of disappointing right there as to whether or not Garrett Wilson is even going to come back and play at all this year. My feeling about it is I would consider dropping him.
Yeah. For me, I have a category of player that I only drop. I put him at the end of my bench, and I say, if I'm going to add someone that goes into my lineup, like let's say I have Drake May and no quarterback on my bench, and the person I'm adding is going to go into my lineup, I'll drop him. But I'm not going to drop Garrett Wilson to put Javon Vele on my bench because who's the better stash? It's always going to be Garrett Wilson. So if you're going to start Vele this week, well, I have Adonai Mitchell over Vele. So if you're going to start Adonai Mitchell this week, then make the move. But if you're not going to start him, then keep Wilson. He's the better stash.
Raider Dave chiming in. Good prop or parlay bets for tonight's game. Well, Coop, that sounds like an absolute perfect opportunity to talk about our underdog bets, right? So for those of you who are out there right now and you're looking to play a little on underdog, let me find my luscious little promo. There you go. You can either zap that QR code or go to fantasyalarm.com/underdog. Use the promo code ALARM. When you play $5, they'll give you $100 in bonus cash immediately. So that is definitely worth that deal. I would definitely take advantage of that as quickly as I possibly could. Coop, why don't you start? What's your underdog play for tonight?
Oh, I got a good one. Baby boy, I'm bringing back a fan favorite. We got one. It is the tackle monster, our favorite bet because it's unlike the short boy, which is the worst bet ever to watch. It is the worst. The tackle monster is the most fun bet to watch. What we do is we take the the combined tackles, so tackles plus assists. I like it. It's way more fun than just regular solo tackles because then you get into a debate about whether it was a solo tackle or an assist. Here we don't worry about it. If he gets a part of the play and gets the guy down, it counts. And I think this game is going to be one that goes back and forth the whole time. A lot of offense, a lot of moving the football, a lot of offensive snaps for both teams, possibly overtime. And this guy, Jack Campbell, he's had 8 combined tackles in every game this year, minimum 8. His last 3 games were 9, 11, and 15. And Underdog has his number set at 8.5 for combined tackles. So I'm just going higher on that. I mean, this guy's clearly averaging more than 8, considering he's at 8 every time. Like, if he has, think about that. If he has 7, it would be his worst of the year. If he has 8, it would match his worst game of the year. So I'm thinking at 8.5, maybe they know something I don't. But I think this guy's going to be out there flying around like he always does. So Jack Campbell, tackle monster for me, Bender. What do you got?
Go. All right. On the other side, then, I guess I'll pick a Dallas Cowboy. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go Dak Prescott higher than 35.5 pass attempts. Again, we've talked about the fact that this is a scene of desperation for both teams. I think Detroit's going to try and run the hell out of the football. I think they're going to utilize Jahmyr Gibbs and kind of, push the outside zone scheme, which is a lot more effective than trying to run it directly at Quinnen Williams. And I think Detroit will have some success for that. I think, it's definitely going to be an interesting situation. That's going to put Dak throwing the football. I think they're going to struggle a little bit to run the football against Detroit. Dak's going to be throwing. He's gone higher than this number in 3 out of the last 4 games. And I'm looking at this as just a situation where if Dallas is down at all, they are just going to keep chucking the football all over the place. So higher than 35.5 pass attempts for him. I will say this. One of the things that I did over at Underdog, and you can find a video of mine on the Fantasy Alarm YouTube page. Look under the shorts because it was Dak Prescott. And then I did another player there. I won't tell you what it is. I'm going to make you go look at that video. But what I also did, though, if you want to increase the number of legs in your parlay, there are so many, I'm not going to say gimme picks, but if you look at the multipliers, right, it's like 0.77 multipliers, not great, but they add legs to your parlay. Dak Prescott over 1.5 higher than 1.5 passing touchdowns. Jared Goff higher than 1.5 passing touchdowns. David Montgomery lower than 9.5 rushing attempts. I actually ended up putting those 3 in there because I think that obviously the juice is where it's at. But what it did was it allowed me to take also then my 40% profit boost that they were offering over at Underdog, and it's like almost 10xing my money there. So it adds legs to your parlay. Maybe it increases the risk a little bit, which is why I'm using the lower multipliers there. But yeah, the Dak Prescott one is in there, and then there's another one in there as well. So
I take it one further sometimes, and every once in a while I'll throw one of like in Pemba's like basketball bets of the day in there. Things I don't even know.
Oh yeah,
about.
right.
When he's like way in. He's like, this dude's hit 5 3-pointers every time, and they're missing this. Like, so that's great when I watch the football game, and then I'm like, yes, we hit, and then I go realize that some random basketball play ruined my thing, but still, you can really juice things up by getting those in there. So it is cool. Yeah, and so for some of them, like, because you can have a 40% profit boost today, but if you know things about soccer or tennis or basketball, always check the top, because I put in my, like, sometimes it'll have a basketball boost, and that's why I put Johnny's in there. Like today, they got a 30% FIFA boost, a 30% tennis boost, so you can go in there and put them all together. And if you have a tennis pick or whatever, throw it in there. I don't know anything about tennis.
All right, well, there you go, guys. Underdog again. You can either hit this QR code. I see some of you are already doing that. Thank you very much. Well, I mean, you're welcome, actually, because it's play $5, get $100 in bonus cash immediately there. And we just gave you some picks that you want to use. Coop's Tackle Monster for Jack Campbell.
Ah,
Or and you
I,
can throw in the Dak Prescott higher than 35.5 pass attempts over there. It's fantasyalarm.com/underdog. Promo code alarm
I'm
is
gonna be
where
rocking
you want to
for the
be.
game tonight. I'm gonna be rocking that Monsters Inc. sweatshirt of mine. Just looking at number 46 all day, going, get him, get
Get
him.
him, get him.
It is a funny bet. Get him.
All right, back to the Q&A here. More membership questions here. Bum. Roddy Rods wants to know, if you had Cleveland D and Tampa D, who would you use rest of season? Is Cleveland good enough to drop Tampa or vice versa? Do you need the roster spot? Because I kind of like both these defenses
People.
as a mix and match sort of a thing.
Yeah, the Browns defense is just flat out good, and the Bucks have a great schedule. I mean, it's also in your favor to not let somebody else get these defenses, right? Like if you drop the Browns right now and somebody picks them up and uses them this week against the Titans against you, I mean, that's my number one defense this week. The Browns versus the Titans, right? Like that's the smash chalk. But you're not gonna start the Browns against the Bills, so you're gonna want to have that in your back pocket with Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
So I'd keep them both, man. If you had to drop one, I would probably just drop the Bucks and then stream for week 15 if you make it there.
There you go. There you go. Jim Romany wants to know, has anybody heard if Amon-Ra is starting or not yet? We have not yet. You won't hear anything until right before game time, right? Like the hour and a half before game time, when they post the inactives, you'll hear already whether or not Amon-Ra is going to be playing or not.
Yeah. It'll be live on our show. If you listen to the Sirius XM show, it'll be live at like 6:40 or so. That's when they're required to have them in. And Josh Wagner's always, typing in tapey, telling us who's in and who's out. So we're going to mention that the moment it happens tonight on Sirius XM channel 87.
There you go. All right. Ann Dunn says she's got a gross question here. If Herbert sits, can I play Lance super flex? And I have Caleb and Jaden as my other QBs. I need to know who the position player is that you would use in place of Lance in your super flex spot, because I do not like Trey Lance at all.
If you got a player, so usually the rule of thumb is unless the guy's locked in for double-digit points, you just start the QB. If you can bring me a player that can get you 8 points in, then I'd probably start him over Lance. Yeah. But quarterbacks, I mean, the floor for quarterbacks is too good oftentimes. So give us any name, any reasonable name, and we'll let you know.
Dave Yurkowitz in the house here. First round buy on the line. Need 3 in PPR, assuming no Amon-Ra St. Drown, more like it. But MHJ, you got Brees, Pickens, RJ Harvey, JMO McLaurin, Wilson. Dude, I think with these guys here, you don't even worry about whether or not Amon-Ra is active or not. If you need 3, like Brees, Pickens, and Harvey for me is a fantastic move here. Or you go Pickens, RJ Harvey, and JMO if Amon-Ra's out.
Yeah, for sure. I've not seen any indication that Marvin Harrison's going to play or Trey Benson. Trey Benson is about to the rare and elusive stay on the IR for your entire 21-day window and not get activated and just end up on the IR permanently. Like that could happen if he doesn't get activated by like Wednesday of next week.
Nobody asked about Trey Benson here.
Well, we're talking about Marv and we're talking about football. And
we're not talking about Trey Benson at all.
Everybody's having a good time. There's 3 Cardinals in the question, at least some 2, 3. I don't know. It's a big
lot of questions to get to, Coop.
I agree with you, Howard. I agree with Howard's picks.
If Amon-Ra sits, you go JMO here instead of who? Instead of Brees?
You're starting Pickens no matter what, right?
Pickens no matter what.
Yeah. No, I go Harvey, Pickens, and JMO.
Harvey, Pickens, and JMO.
Because you can run Harvey up against the Raiders. I'm doing that.
All right. Beautiful. Let's see. Let me just go through. Dynasty Dave, you are officially banned from this chat.
You know who that is, right?
Nope, don't care. Don't even care anymore.
You do care. That's Toronto Dave, dude.
Oh, all the more reason that you're banned now. Get out of here, you Canadian. Somebody call ICE.
They went full Cam Scatabo on Scatabo's team, dude. Pass.
Tom Bird wants to know Gadsden or Fannin. I think Fannin, right?
I'm going Fannin. Yeah, I'll give you a little interesting thing here with the Titans. They have a rookie from Penn State that they started in the slot for the first time last week. He's actually a safety, and they were like, "You're going to be our nickel corner this week." All 7 of the targets thrown against him were completed. So, his name's Wilson. He played for Penn State, and Fannin actually crushed Penn State when he hit it in college too. So, go Fannin.
All right. Ann says on her bench, she's got Chubb, Carter, Bateman, Helm, Yoshi, Hollywood. What a gross
team,
group
man.
there. If Kincaid plays, I need 1. If he sits, I need 2. So, who's your top pick out of that grotesqueness there?
I don't even. Jeez, she didn't even say if it was if it was tight end premium. I'd say Gunnar Helm. It might even be Gunnar Helm. He's got 7 targets back-to-back weeks. None of those other guys have seen 7 targets like all year. I'd probably go Michael Carter and Helm.
Michael Carter and Helm. There you go.
Or if DeMarco's back, then it's Chubb and Helm. I mean, it's just really bad spot.
Troy Franklin or Jaden Higgins or Devon Vele. Full point PPR.
I'm tempted to go Jaden Higgins here, and I think if this is my team, I would. I'm nervous about this Troy Franklin business. I have them back to back. It should be Troy Franklin. It should still be Troy Franklin. Would you go Troy Franklin, Howard?
I think I would actually go Jaden Higgins here.
My heart wants Jaden Higgins.
I would use Jaden Higgins. You're going to have Nico Collins going up against Trent McDuffie a ton, and that's going to probably free up Jaden Higgins. You're going to see a lot of man coverage, which Nico dominates, but you're still going to put Trent McDuffie on him. The only thing that I could say that they would do differently is if they double cover Nico Collins and put Trent McDuffie on Jaden Higgins, but I don't think that Spagnuolo is going to do that.
There it is, folks. I just got permission. Instead of Troy Franklin being 33 in the rankings and Jaden Higgins being 34, they're going to be switched right after this show. It's Higgins wheels up time at 33 wide receiver 33.
Pierce, Addison, Vidal.
I go Pierce there with the matchup.
Me too.
Yeah.
Dak or Stafford?
It's Dak, man.
It's Dak.
It's got to be Dak. It's got to be Dak tonight. Dak is whether they win or lose, Dak's going to throw for 350. He might throw 2 picks, might throw 3 picks, but he'll be out there chucking.
Full point PPR, 2 wide receivers in a flex. Jefferson, Zay Flowers, I guess, because Zay Jones, I believe, is still on IR. Oh, Alec Pierce, Christian Watson, Blake Corum.
So it's going to be Zay, Watson, and Jefferson.
Zay, Watson, and Jefferson.
Yeah.
Drop Ollie Gordon or Jaden Higgins for the Texans defense. I would drop Ollie Gordon.
Yeah, for sure.
I know you got him as a handcuff, but I want to hold Higgins.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. See, I like when I make Coop happy like that.
Yeah, that's good. Well, because you're right. Those are the 2 options, and I don't want to drop Jaden Higgins. All right, let's rapid fire a few real quick.
All right, better flex start. Michael Wilson, Christian Watson, Kamani Vidal.
It's probably why it's Watson this week with the matchup.
Ferguson or Waller?
I'm going Ferg, even though I love Waller. Ferg this is going to be shootout.
Fannin, Burden, Monangai.
It's not Burden. Would you go? Monangai's got the bad matchup. I go Monangai. He's just been getting a lot of touches, guaranteed touches.
Getting the touches, getting the goal line work there as well. Gadsden or Dr. Strange?
Oh, it's Strange, baby, going up against the Colts. Good matchup for him. And Parker Washington is probably going to be out too.
Indeed. Ooh, there we go. Swift or Pittman? What's up, Ethan Batterman?
Man, that's a question I have in my own league, and I'm still uncertain on that. But I'm probably going to start Swift just because of, again, guaranteed touches. And, the Jaguars very bad against the tight end. Could be a big Tyler Warren day. Go Swift. What do you think, Howard?
I agree with Swift.
Yeah.
Start one wide receiver in a flex. Worthy, Franklin, Mitchell, Marks, Sharby Sharbs.
Well, I'm going Marks with the full workload or 80% workload for him, even though it's the Chiefs. And then probably still Troy Franklin.
Troy Franklin over
Worthy's got such a bad matchup, and he's been bad.
Worthy's he's got a bad matchup. I kind of lean maybe a little Mitchell there as the number one. Again, it's against Miami, not a good team.
True. Go upside. Yeah, go Mitchell and Marks have the highest upside.
For sure. PPR flex, Walker or Sutton or Watson. I think Watson, right?
Yeah, Watson.
There we go. Need two. Walker, Swift, Mitchell, Knight, Benson if he plays. All right, that's the biggest wishing dust right there. Yeah. If he plays. DJ Moore or Vidal.
I'm going Walker and Swift.
Yep, I agree. Dak or Stafford? We said Dak.
Dak, yep.
Raider Dave is apparently an Australian dude now.
Good day, mate. How's the kangaroo doodly today?
The dingo ate your baby.
All right.
The two best YouTube hosts in history. Oh, see, that's a good way to get your answer, your questions answered.
Move that to the top.
DK single entry this week. Do we pay up for Josh Allen or pay down at QB to help fit everyone in? That's an interesting question here because I kind of feel like Josh Allen is probably the way to go just because of that floor of his and the rushing. I hate the offense and I hate the way he gets neutered, but
the Bengals.
Cincinnati's bad, man. They're bad.
They stink. I mean, he's so much more expensive than everybody else, though.
He is. He is, but I don't even like any of the middle tier there either, right? Really it's either him or Tyrod Taylor is really where I'm looking right now.
I made a lineup with Jordan Love. If you want to do like Jordan Love with Christian Watson, I would consider that.
There you go. Philly or Baltimore D? I like the Ravens D this week.
Mm-hmm. They've been so much they've been underrated since they got Roquan back. It's the offense has been bad. Defense has been fine.
There you go. Lamar Jordan. This is where we're split. I say Lamar. Yeah. Coop saying Jordan Love.
That was the one where really I thought about it for a long time. But if Lamar, if he does a full practice, but he's just going out with that toe and kind of doing nothing. It's Jordan for me right now, but Lamar might end up ahead depending on how practices shake out. So you got to circle back on that one. There will be update to the rankings and everything by Sunday.
What's up, Jorge? Good to see you there.
Jorge, what up, dude?
Right? What should I do with DJ Moore rest of season? It comes down to flexing Moore and Addison weekly for me. The answer is Addison, right? I don't know. Is the answer Addison?
Both have been so disappointing, man. But the Addison's matchups rest of the season are great. Like if JJ McCarthy can just be okay, like if he can just be okay, then these guys should be fine. With Moore, it's just they're insistent on spreading the ball around. Cole Kmet still gets looks for no reason. Colson Loveland, Luther Burden, they want him in there. Alameda Zacchaeus still gets a couple looks. It's like I don't like that offense is good for real life football and terrible for fantasy. And now they're splitting the running backs too.
Greg says he plays his son this week. If he wins, he makes the playoffs. If I win, I get a first round bye week. Let him win or fuck the kids.
Never let them win. You only make them soft, man. You only make them soft. You got to get those
baby.
Got to get those buckets himself.
Right?
It's not like you're blocking his shot into the bushes in the yard either. Like you're just setting a fantasy lineup and then,
Saw a great old Saturday Night Live skit where they were talking about Liv Schreiber was the host, and they were bullying their homeschooled kids, so he had the full high school experience.
I've seen that one.
It's so good.
He's got the glasses on. I've definitely seen that.
It popped up on my TikTok feed. He's going up the stairs carrying his books, and his mom's coming down the stairs and she smacks the laugh. She's like, "Dropped your book, asshole."
That's the best, dude.
All right. Tony Cristello wants to know Monty or Bam. He's got Higgins in the flex, but could use one of them instead. I mean, if that's Jaden Higgins in the flex or T. Higgins in the flex. T. Higgins needs to clear concussion protocol. Jaden Higgins in the flex. I would use him actually over both Monty and Bam.
Right. I would probably like for me, I'd probably just start Monty tonight. I really don't want to use Bam against the Rams. The Rams' best defense in the league.
Percent chance of a Stone Smart touchdown rest of the season.
Yeah. We have
The
an
limit
ongoing
is 0.
We have an zero.
The limit doesn't exist.
He ran one route last week, Howard. But we have an ongoing bet that if Stone Smart scores a touchdown, I come on their show and Stone Cold Steve Austin beers. It has happened once, and they all did it too. The Fantasy and Frames guys. So one route last week for a.
Hey guys, what's up? This is my team week 14. Any changes? Oof. Tarad, Judkins, Harvey, Jetta, Jason.
We're in rapid fire. We're in rapid fire mode. Get that one in the Discord.
Yeah, get that one in the Discord.
Post your screenshot your whole team in the Discord.
Odunze over Watson?
No, Watson.
Not this week. Let's see. I got to choose between Woody Marks, David Montgomery, and Kyle Monangai. Marks, right?
Yeah, Woody's been good. He's been good. I mean, he's getting every week. When was the last time he didn't get 15 carries?
I don't know.
Weeks ago.
I don't know. Don't forget your likes for Laney, everybody. Click that like button and the subscribe button. Don't be weird.
And if you wonder why people are getting here and getting their questions in before the show, here's a real secret: notifications. You put those notifications on, you get a little thing that pops up, tells you when the show is up and running, and that's how you become a champion of the chat.
Yes, that is exactly how you become a fantasy football champion in the chat room. No doubt about it here. Want to remind everybody out there, this is where you want to be, right? This is where you want to be. Let me get this QR code up here because get yourself or your league. Here it is. Hit that QR code or go to fantasyalarm.com/USA chains. There's a 5% discount using the promo code ALARM. First 1,300, no tax. Are we going glasses here too? All right, I can do that.
God, dude.
I can do that. Just want to shout out because when you're with the Fantasy Alarm family, you play like a champion because now it's time to look like a champion too. Proud to announce our new partnership here with USA Sports Fan Chains to help you look like the champion you are or that you will be by the end of the fantasy football season. Get one for yourself. Get one for your league. Pass it around each year. These chains, made in the USA, adjustable, lightweight, designed to be bold and eye-catching, ensuring they attract attention and generate excitement. It's built to move with the fans. They're a perfect accessory for anyone looking to show off their fantasy team superiority. And you know that you've got that superiority, so why not flaunt it? All right. And you don't just revel in a championship here. Troll your league loser with the all-new I Suck at Fantasy Football chains as well. USA Sports Fan chains, absolutely amazing. Made in the USA. Get one for your league champion today at fantasyalarm.com/USA chains and give yourself and your league a little bit of swagger, right? That's fantasyalarm.com/USA chains because this is more than just an accessory. It's a statement of winning. Boom. Get some, people. Get some for crying out loud. All right.
Last few questions here. We got to get out of here.
Last few questions here. We got to get out of here. All right. What do we got? Here you go. Danny Dimes or Jared Goff? I think we're going Jared Goff here, right?
Yes, absolutely. By a lot.
All right.
Let me get this in real quick because I'm going to be doing a shows on this. FFPC is where I like playing. So check out the Friday show where we do FFPC stuff. That's my favorite spot for postseason for sure.
All right. Now the real question is: drop Gadsden to get Ertz rest of season. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. Trey Lance or Gadsden, Corum, Bam, Burden, or Hawk. I would actually go with Corum over Trey Lance.
No, I'm starting Lance.
Are you? Lance. You're crazy.
No, because dude, the floor is so high for QBs. I'm telling you. Unless they get literally pulled from the game, they always get like 6, 7, 8.
All right. Need one. Vele, Burden, Tootin, Bryant. Come on, we're rapid firing, buddy. Let's go.
I am rapid fire. Vele.
Ravens or Bucks D?
Ravens. No, it's the Buccaneers against the Saints.
Flex Montgomery or Knight?
Monty tonight.
Okay. Holy cow. Why is this working in the middle of nowhere in Northern California? Might lose my signal. Michael Wilson or Pierce?
Michael Wilson. If Marv is out, otherwise Pierce.
There we go. There we go. Survivor, 4 left. Next spot gets paid. Have Lamar, Mahomes, Goff, Stafford. Stafford.
Yeah, it's Stafford. It's Stafford.
McLaurin, Swift, Godwin, or Evans?
I'm going McLaurin. He looked great. Looked great last week.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. All right. Well, folks, again, as always, thank you so much for tuning in here. We appreciate that. Coop will be with me on SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern. John and Pemba and Iggy Gilbert will be here on the Fantasy Alarm YouTube page from 6 to 7 as well. 6, 7? 6, 7? Yes, 6, that's 7, where we got it, right?
The kids are saying.
That's what the kids are saying. You know what else the kids are saying, Coop?
Adios, turd nuggets.